Dante is back for his third appearance. This is Devil May Cry 3. Don't go away. So we last left off in the Devil May Cry franchise with my most controversial opinion ever. Devil May Cry 2, a game that the fans really rebel against. I came out and said, I like this game more than the first one. Let me see if I can explain why. Now going from that in Devil May Cry 3, something I knew nothing about, just the first two. All I know is people say Devil May Cry 3 is good. And I'm here to say they are correct. Devil May Cry 3 is the pinnacle of what I want out of a crazy action hack and slash game. And I cannot understate that when I say over the top action, I have no words available to me to tell you how over the top this is. And that's a good thing. When Capcom developed this game, they must have put their imagination meter to max because, I mean, just from the opening cutscene, I was like, this is gonna be a fun game. Yo, that's actually kind of sick. Holy fuck. Bro, the guy on the ground is getting embarrassed so hard in front of his friends. Are you shitting me? That's an insanely strong cue ball. The crazy creativeness isn't just excluded to the cutscenes. That cool surfing move Dante does in the cutscene, you can do that in-game. What? No way I just landed on this guy. You can actually surf? Oh my god. That same energy leaks into the weaponry you get. Of course, you got your sword and your pistols, right? The Dante classic. But then you start getting into some pretty interesting weapons, and the way you acquire them is also pretty damn cool. Any new weapon you receive is based off of beating a boss. They basically are like, all right, you beat me, I am now your servant, here's a weapon, I am now your weapon. And that alone just makes it really cool instead of just being like, oh, I ran around the corner and ooh, now I get the new weapon. But my favorite weapon of all time out there in all of gaming is the Wraith Verge from Hexen for Nintendo 64. And what I'm about to talk about doesn't beat it, it gets kind of close. I'm talking about the Guitar Sword. Yo. Is that a guitar? Okay, this is gonna be a good weapon. No way. This might be one of the coolest weapons I've ever seen. Devil May Cry 3 also introduces a pretty much brand new mechanic here, in the form of styles. Evade, which is basically just dodge, block and or parry, gun slinger or sword master. You can only have one equipped at a time and you swap it out like you would any other weapon or sword. And I basically stuck to the Royal Guard blocking mechanic for 85% of this game. You already had a roll around button to dodge potential shots. You had your gun, so you already had Gunslinger, but there wasn't any sort of built-in parry mechanic, so I thought I'd try and like really beef that up. Now to talk about two of Devil May Cry 3's greatest strengths here. Pacing is so good. Every mission starts out with a cutscene. Once you get to the end of that mission, you get a cutscene to end it off.
Family, huh?
In between weapons, you can customize your loadout and your style, or if you want to swap out weapons or upgrades or something, you know. And then select the next mission, you get a cutscene. It is very, very consistent, and the missions, it's not like one mission is 2 minutes, one mission's 35 minutes. The missions are spread out perfectly, in my opinion. The pacing, I really enjoyed here. But something I enjoyed even more, and I don't think I can say this for previous Devil May Cry games, is it was usually one of the weaker aspects, the story. Because if I do have anything bad to say about this here, the story is so ass. Of course, you've always had Dante as a sick character, honestly. He's just insanely cool. But now the story here has actually caught up with the gameplay. You get a pretty big villain name here in Virgil, who is Dante's brother. His goal is basically reopen the portal to the demon world or whatever, but he gets flipped on by basically his secretary guy. And you might think, okay, well, who the hell is this guy? Like, is he really that strong? Well, actually, he is the father of the new side character. And at first, when I saw this chick, whose name is Mary, I was like, yo, what the hell?
I found it.
Who's this? This would be like the third game in a row that we get a brand new side character chick for Dante to flirt with. And initially it was like, okay, I kind of wanted to see Trish back from the first game, or even the chick whose name I forgot from the second game would be cool to have return. But I immediately started to eat my words when you realize how great this cast of characters are. Dante is always going to be a solid hit. Virgil is a superb villain. Mary might just be the best side character I've seen in the series so far. And I haven't even mentioned one of my favorite characters. What's his name? I don't know. I just call him the Jester.
Wait. Better listen to what I say, lad. This tower here is very sturdy. You see? Your tricks will do no good. No good!
Zip it.
The Jester, the Joker, the Clown Show. This guy, I cannot keep a straight face with. The whole time I see this guy in cutscenes, I just imagine how much fun did the voice actor have for this guy.
For you.
Get to the point. Or do you want to keep on dancing?
Oh, what is going on right now?
I see.
Don't be a bad girl, Mary. Or you can expect a spanking from Daddy later. Jester's gonna spank you, but spank you on the bar.
Hold up! I have to actually fight this guy?
Or you can expect a spanking.
You can't take this fucking guy seriously, man. What could I say for Devil May Cry 3's presentation? Well, the cutscenes are superb. Absolutely. As much as the cast of characters really lock in the story, cutscenes here completely eyes glued onto the screen like a child onto a phone. And I think a huge reason why I like Virgil as a villain is because of his voice actor. I don't know, it's like Dante is always randomly throwing out quips and making jokes, and Virgil is just as competent in battle, but he's like completely reserved. Bro, how long is that sword? Music, on the other hand, here we go. I think this might be the worst playlist of music that we've had in the series. I like the combat theme. It gets repeated a little too much. But as far as ambient themes go, I don't know. I feel like the more goofy, crazy, over-the-top action really threw away some of the ambient soundtracks that would be used in previous titles. It just wouldn't fit. But still, I can listen to tracks from Devil May Cry 1 or 2, and Devil May Cry 3, there's not really one I can point to and be like, oh, I loved that one. But the art style of levels is something that caught my eye. They really went for it. But something to note is that this game, like, your reaction time is important in this game for dodging. But if you aren't using your ears as much as you are your hands when fighting bosses, you're losing out. Basically, every boss here has an audio cue for when he's about to attack, and there's different audio cues for every move that they got. For example, one boss is the opera singer, the chick who, when dies, turns into the guitar, and you get to use that. She has audio cues for every move she has, and I seriously was like stuck in this boss for like an hour. But eventually, over time, I got to recognize every audio cue and every line of dialogue would correlate with a specific attack. And I just thought that was kind of a really cool way to do bosses, instead of just primarily focusing on your reaction time and your eyes. How about you throw an extra sense in there to use? I feel like I have to go beast mode right now to fucking beat this shit. So overall, my opinion on Devil May Cry 3. First up, I like how they did this sequel. I've always disliked sequels that throw away a huge identity of the game. Like here in Devil May Cry 3 and previous sequel and 2, you get the same red orbs. The same yellow orbs, the same blue orbs, a lot of the sound effects are the same. It's very recognizable. And it's not like I copy and paste because they're obviously different games. Like 2 is different from 1, 3 is different from 2, and so on. But it's still Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 3 also boasts some pretty hardcore difficulty. At least for me personally, I got stuck on at least 3 or 4 boss fights that took me at least an hour. Especially on the last one when you fight Virgil for the 3rd time. Genuinely wanted to quit, and I almost threw the towel in, but I said I can't throw it in now. You know what? I'll do one more shot. If it doesn't work, I'll come back tomorrow. Somehow I just went beast mode and just destroyed Virgil in that fight once I just threw in the towel mentally. Of course, it doesn't help that the platforming is still not where I'd want it. It's still kind of difficult to jump to specific locations. I really wish they did something with that. The camera also doesn't help this, but it's by far the best camera we've had in the series so far. But it can get some insane 10D chess level when you realize that dodging left and right is dependent on which way Dante is facing. So if he's facing towards the screen and you want to dodge left, my left is that way. And sometimes the camera can change when fighting bosses a lot, like pretty rapidly. So when you gotta dodge like 3 or 4 moves in a row, you have to like go insane. Because the correlation of what's left and what's right is constantly changing. But there are still some noticeable improvements of quality of life from previous titles, but the one thing I'll remember from this game, like if I had to do one tagline for Devil May Cry 3 that I'll remember, is this game is just badass. And for all those reasons, that's why it is a solid 8.7 out of 10. So that's it. Devil May Cry 3 is down. I believe 2 more games left, Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 5. As for what's next, I got 2 games in the pipeline. I got the DLC for Crosscode coming up, and then I'm sinking my teeth into a pretty big game. Something I haven't done in a while. I've got sort of got like a hankering craving for one. So, Persona 5. Expect that in the future. There might be, after the Crosscode DLC, there's going to be a huge, like 1 month I'm going to be gone because Persona 5 is a huge game. It's probably going to be more than a month. I'll figure something out. I'll put a ranked video out or something. But for now, I'm your host, Saber Player Entertainment. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out. This is very tough. Oh, security down. What the fuck? I did not know I could do that. Bro, fuck these guys. What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.